Hey Buffyverse and Angel fans, I am back to talk about season 2 of Angel, episodes 4, 5, and 6, which are Untouched, Dear Boy, and Guise Will Be Guise. Now, before I do, real quick, housekeeping. I have been uploading videos in pairs of 3, so I've been doing like 3 episodes of Angel, 3 episodes of Buffy, 3 episodes of Angel. They've been very long videos. For those of you who are following my journey, I had a bit of a schedule pause in July due to illness and some other factors, so I got super behind on making these videos. I've since paused my watch until I catch up on making these videos, but I am just trying to get these out to you while they're still somewhat fresh in my head. I am not always going to pair like 3 jam-packed episodes into one video. Sometimes I'll do like a pair of 2. Sometimes I'll do one single episode for a video. It just really depends on like how much there is to talk about, what time I have, and what's going on. So I apologize that it's inconsistent. This is just what it's been while I catch up, and then once I catch up, I'll probably take it at a more even pace, just so you know what to look forward to. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so episode 4 of season 2 of Angel is titled Untouched, and it's an episode directed by Joss Whedon. I don't know if that matters at all, but it's something I noticed. And there's a few things going on in this episode that I think are worth touching on. You know, there's the main plot with the woman Bethany with telekinesis. You have the entire overarching side plot with Darla, and then some things going on with Cordelia, Wesley, and Gunn. Now, there are times when this episode felt a little disjointed to me, but overall, I appreciate the effort this show continues to make about going deeper into some of these themes, and overall, I'm still very entertained. So I'm just going to go through my notes like I normally do and pull out the pieces that I think are the most interesting, and we'll go from there. So we have a really interesting cold open at the top where we have Lila sneaking into Lindsay's office to root around through his paperwork, and Darla comes in and sort of spooks her, and it's revealed the how of what's going on between Darla and Angel and his dreamscape. I guess she's using some sort of powder to keep him asleep and like infiltrating his dreams and sort of like manipulating them. Which I'm really grateful for the clarification, because to be honest, up to this point, I've been a little confused as to what's going on or how it's happening. It's still kind of vague intentionally. We don't need to know like the exact mechanisms. All we need to really understand is that like she is infiltrating his dreams repeatedly and kind of wearing him down. And it's having a major impact on Angel, and it does throughout this entire episode, which I find really interesting. Anytime you take a main character with this much power, and sort of knock him down a few pegs, it makes the conflict have higher stakes. So while I'm very annoyed at the entire Darla situation, I do think psychologically what's happening to Angel is very interesting and also kind of terrifying, because he's like aware that something's going on, but he's not quite clear on what, and he's of course being secretive about it, which is never good. And us, the audience, are seeing just how intensely Darla is manipulating him. And because he's kind of a live wire and a little bit hard to predict, it leaves the audience feeling really nervous of like, what is he going to do? Like, what is she doing to him? Where does this go? What's the end to this process? And what does she want, basically? Then we have the main plot, which is this woman Bethany with telekinesis that gets introduced at the top of the episode. I absolutely loved how Angel had to pretend to be a detective to sort of infiltrate the crime scene that Cordelia saw in her visions. I thought that was very hot of him. Anyways, you know, the whole telekinesis storyline does, in fact, I'm going to say it again, remind me of an episode of Supernatural that happened in, I think, season 1 or 2 of Supernatural. In that, too, there is some sort of, like, trauma in this person's past. And later on in the episode, Wesley clocks that it's the father, which I think gives us really interesting insight into Wesley. What went down with him and his dad? This is something I really hope they answer at some point, because I'm very curious. They've given us enough hints now over time that Wesley's past with his father is really serious and potentially abusive, and I don't know to what end, but something occurred there, and it clearly haunts Wesley, and I want to know more. Also, nearly staking Angel with Rebar was diabolical. I'm traumatized by Rebar across multiple shows. We got to stop with the Rebar, okay? It's too much for me. I've had enough of that. Thank you. Does not surprise me at all that Angel ends up kind of mentoring Bethany. He kind of takes these characters under his wing, metaphorically, all the time. And I like that they're kind of continuing that trend. He really does try to kind of atone by saving others. And I find it a very compelling theme. I do. I was very glad to see her yeet her dad out the window at the end. And, you know, she saved him at the last minute. But it gave him a good scare, and he deserved it, to be honest. And I liked seeing that, personally, to me. You know, there's much else to be said about this episode in the little details. But overall, Lila's a piece of shit. Angel maintains his, like, self-sacrificing, I must mentor and protect those around me aura. We have Cordelia and Wesley bickering constantly, as is their dynamic, which I've grown fond of. And, oh, also another thing, we have Cordelia advocating for Gunn to get paid, which I absolutely love that for her. You know what? Yes, queen. Everyone deserves to get paid. I appreciate that. Okay, so episode 5, Dear Boy. There are so many moments in this episode that made me so deeply, viscerally uncomfortable and annoyed. We're going to go through some of them here. There's a lot of Darla. There's a lot of Darla in this episode. I've come to the conclusion at the end of episode 5 that this is, in fact, the plot of season 2 for Angel. Now, I'm going to trust all of you because you've all said that season 2 of Angel is like one of the best. You all have been correct about everything you've told me so far, so I am going to trust you on that. However, at this point in time, I do not like her, and I do not like this plotline. Sorry, it's just the truth. I mean, she stays making out with him all the time in these dreams. Like, I don't like it. And at least Wesley and Cordelia are noticing how weird he's acting and how tired he's been. It's super out of character for him. I did think it was funny, though, when they rolled up to the demon fight and all their various weapons. That was quite a scene. I called it the aliens or adultery case. Could be either. When Angel was sniffing Cordelia, I almost had to turn it off. I was like, I can't actually watch this. I can't do this, actually. That was really, really weird. Of course, it's Darla and Wolfram and Hart in cahoots. Like, yes, we've been new. Angel attacking the woman who looks like Darla. I was like, wait, was it her? But she walked into the sunlight. I'm so confused. Like, we ran back that scene twice. I did not know what was going on. I was so confused, which I guess is the point. We have a reappearance of Gay Karaoke Demon, one of my favorite recurring characters of all time. The ongoing bit of Angel having to do karaoke for help is very precious to me. And then they reveal, yes, it was Darla. She's fucking with Angel and the audience by association. This husband of hers is an actor, a hired actor. And to be honest, the entire scene, I have it written here, where he's going on and on and on about being an actor and like trying to get into it was really funny to me as an actor. Yeah, so the flashback with them almost fucking in front of Drusilla. Okay, for sure. This whole bit after Darla calls the cops and they unrealistically show up like seconds later is wild. So I'm going to go through my notes beat for beat because this entire time I was like, what's her angle? Why is she torturing Angel like this? Why is she trapping Angel in this situation? The whole scene where he's ripping into Darla's shirt and biting her and then like making out with her and she's like, that's my boy. Oh! God, it's so gross. I hate it so much. Like, I cannot stand it. I do love that they proved to Kate that Angel would not have been able to commit that crime because he needed to be invited in. Hook, line, and sinker on that one. That was really impressive. But yeah, I said, haha, he's like, you never made me happy. And she's like, we were together 150 years. Damn. Thank God. Throw me a bone. Because I was like, Angel, what has gotten into you, bro? I hate this. I said, in all caps, she's so fucking annoying. I can't believe she's still alive. I guess this is the season 2 plot. Okay, episode 6, Guise Will Be Guys. This was a Wesley-focused episode, and I have to say, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was quite funny. Before we get to the hijinks of this episode, I just have to say that the The group of 4 that we have going right now between Angel and Gunn and then Cordy and Wesley, I'm obsessed with. Like, Angel and Gunn are on a heist, and then Cordy and Wesley have to go and save them. I think that's perfect. They also brought back Gay Karaoke Demon, which you know I love. Best part of the episode, though, was Wesley having to put on Angel's coat to pretend to be Angel to save Cordelia. Yeah, I was like, oh, my hand was over my mouth going, oh my God, he's about to get himself into a world of hurt trying to be Angel. And I was not disappointed. The line also, a vampire living in a city known for its son driving a convertible. Why do you hate yourself? Hilarious. Also, Angel explaining his outfit choices by saying he doesn't have a body temperature and it's easy to match. Like, the all black look is easy to match. I was like, that's the most Capricorn thing he's ever said. And good for him. So there's a scene. You know what? In fact, I just have to roll the tape.
I invite you in.
When he forgets he has to be invited in and ducks back out through the door, tears were in my eyes laughing. I had to run that scene back like 4 times because it was so funny to me. Perfect. Like, 10 out of 10, no notes, it's funny as fuck. He then has to drink blood. When he says, nummy. Like, foul. He's really willing to take this bit as far as he needs to take it. And you know, this woman that Wesley was trying to protect, I noticed immediately. I was like, oh, she's quite beautiful. Interesting. And you know what happens not too long after that? Wesley making out with her and then sleeping with her. Whoa! Whoa! Haven't seen Wesley get any, I think, ever. That was kind of crazy, no lie. Meanwhile, side plot, Angel's fighting his own demons with this, like, Mr. Miyagi guy. I don't know what's going on. Basically going to vampire therapy about his history with Darla. I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, that whole Zen Master thing ended up going south, but I could have seen that coming from a mile away. Here we go again with the impurity conversation that is in all of these genre TV shows with, like, mystical stuff. It's like in Supernatural, it's in this, it's in every single, like, TV show of this genre I've watched. It's always some plotline about the woman's impure or not, or blah, blah, blah. Anyways, Virginia has been getting some for quite some time. Good for her. Good for her. My favorite part, though, was Angel in the corner for several minutes concerned that people thought he was a eunuch. Like, buddy, we need to move on. There's bigger fish to fry right now, but it was really funny. It was good comedy. Good comedy. Yes, I'm skipping past all the entire plot with the fight and the demon and all of that. It doesn't matter. We're moving on. We got so little time left, you know what I mean? So the ending, though, where Cordelia was pressed because, like, after all this stuff concludes, she sees that Wesley is in the papers for being, like, I'm reading this now, a bodyguard and private detective. There's an article calling Wesley a bodyguard to the stars. And Angel's kind of pressed about it, too. I'm like, man, let Wesley have his moment, everybody. Relax. Everyone needs to relax. All right, it's time to lock in, y'all, because my next set of videos are an absolute doozy. I'm going to be covering Buffy, Season 5, Episodes 4, 5, and 6. There's no way 3 of those fit into one video, so it will probably be split up. Look out for those, and I'll see you next time.